new to Canada, or are you about to move to Canada in the near future and wondering about the childcare system here? Well, you have come to the right place. Hello everyone, I'm Tanu and welcome to my channel. I moved to Canada last year with a 2-year-old and have gone through the entire process of finding a good daycare and enrolling my child for an outstanding learning and care experience. In today's video, I'm going to share with you my experiences and a detailed information about the childcare system in Canada. I will cover topics related to the types of childcare available, categories of classes based on child's age, approximate curriculum fee, the curriculum in itself, which includes activities, food, and nap time, how you can start your daycare hunt, and finally, the subsidy eligibility and application process. So, please subscribe my channel if you haven't yet so that you don't miss out on such informational videos. So, every province in Canada has its own regulated policies for childcare centers. And today, I will talk about Ontario because I'm based out of Toronto. So what are the types of childcare services available? We have the regulated childcare and unregulated childcare services. Regulated childcare services include center-based full-day childcare, regulated family childcare, school-aged childcare, and in most provinces, nursery schools and preschools. Regulated childcare services must be licensed everywhere in Canada and must meet provinces' regulations to be licensed, such as group size, staff-child ratios, staff training requirements, physical space, nutrition, sleep and outdoor time, health and safety, and record-keeping requirements. These centers are monitored and inspected regularly by government officials. The same criteria applies for both childcare centers and also regulated family childcare, where care is provided to a group of children in a caregiver's own home. Unregulated childcare services include services in a family childcare home or a caregiver's home or in the child's own home. This means parents have sole responsibility for assessing the quality of the childcare, managing the relationship with the care provider, and are on their own in finding a new provider if the arrangement breaks down or ceases. Unregulated childcare services include both caregivers in the child's own home, may be called a nanny or a sitter, and unregulated family childcare in the provider's home. No provincial regulations or conditions cover childcare provided in the child's own home. Unregulated family child caregivers do not need a license, are not inspected or monitored, and are not required to meet specified regulations for training, physical space, or other features. So let's dive deep into the regulated childcare services because that is invariably our first preference for our children. Childcare centers usually operate from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., which is a very comfortable time for working parents. Many centers also operate after-hours programs where you can either drop your child early or pick up late based on your schedule with an extra pay. Now let's talk about what are the categories of classes available in these centers and how are children distributed based on their age. So basically there are 3 categories in general. First, the infant class, where children from birth to 1.5 years are accepted. Then we have the toddler class, where children from 1.5 years to 2.5 years are accepted. And lastly, the preschool, where children starting 2.5 years up to 5 years are accepted. On an average, the curriculum fee for all the below classes are as stated. For infant, anywhere between 1,800 to 2,200 Canadian dollars per month. For the toddler class, it's 1,500 to 1,800 Canadian dollars per month. And for the preschool, it can be anything between 1,200 to 1,500 Canadian dollars per month. The curriculum of each daycare is more or less the same across Canada, focusing on the child's overall development. This includes engaging children into cognitive skills building activities, teaching them science through real-life experiments, sensory motor plays, introducing children to different cultures and festivals, and lastly, providing them nutritious food. Every regulated daycare will have their own kitchen and weekly curated menus which are very nutritious and have a balance of carbs, proteins, vegetables, and dairy. Children are usually provided 4 meals in a day, starting from breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, and an evening snack. This is a very convenient facility for working parents, as you don't have to worry prepping for your child's food and be absolutely content that they're eating healthy the entire day. Post-lunch, children are also encouraged to take a nap for 2 hours so that they can wake up fresh and be ready for the next activities. Now, how do you decide a daycare for your child? Well, the first step would be to decide where you want to live once you land in Canada. Once you have a rough idea of the area, or if you have already decided on a condo or a house, you would want to look out for a daycare within 1 or 2 kilometers from your house. Start by Googling and calling each of the daycares to inquire if they have an available vacancy in the category you would like to enroll your child. If lucky enough, you would get a spot immediately. However, the sad reality is that most of the daycares are usually full and you need to enroll your child on the wait list. That's why it is recommended that you start inquiring about the housing locality and daycares even before you land in Canada and enroll your child in the wait list. As soon as the spot is available, you should receive a call from the daycare for further processes. It is also very important to take a tour of the daycare before you decide on one. Most daycares have the provision of virtual tour as well as physical tour, and you should definitely take a visit. Some of the most important criteria to keep in mind while deciding a daycare is the day-long curriculum, the ventilation of classrooms, the food menu, the behavior of teachers or caretakers towards children, and lastly, if the fee is feasible. Once you're confident and have chosen the daycare of your liking, you can go ahead with the enrollment process. Finally, let's discuss about the daycare subsidy, its eligibility, and the process of application. Let me tell you first that not every daycare accepts subsidy. So while you are in the process of shortlisting a daycare, please consider asking them if they accept government subsidy. A childcare fee subsidy is issued only to licensed childcare centers. There is a waitlist here as well, so apply as soon as possible. Here in Canada, people apply for a fee subsidy as soon as they know that they are pregnant or expecting a child through adoption. You can use the childcare fee subsidy calculator to find out if your family might be eligible for a childcare fee subsidy and to estimate how much you will have to pay. I will share the link to the childcare fee subsidy calculator in the description box below. So who can apply and what's the eligibility? There are a few eligibility criteria to apply for subsidy. First, one should live in Canada or planning to move to Canada. Second, each parent is either employed or in school or planning to go to school. Basically, both parents must work, or at least one parent must work, one should be studying. The logic is, if either parent is at home, they should be able to take care of the child. Third, each parent has filed their income taxes for the most recent tax year, but this does not apply to new immigrants to Canada. And lastly, the total household income should not be more than 86,000 Canadian dollars. So subsidy is based on the total household income and the threshold is $86,000. If the total household income is more than that, the subsidy becomes zero. And if it is less than that, you can use the calculator to find out if you'll be getting full subsidy or partial subsidy based on the family income. How to apply for subsidy? There is an online website where you can apply. I will leave the link in the description box. Or you can call 416-338-8888 and talk to settlement officers to assist you with the application process. Once you have applied, you will receive an email confirming that you have been placed on the childcare fee subsidy waitlist. Keep this email as it indicates your waitlist date, client file number, and many more details. When your name comes to the top of the childcare fee subsidy waitlist, a caseworker will be allotted to you and they will contact you to arrange a meeting to discuss your eligibility and your childcare options. They will help you register for My Childcare account, which is a secure online portal used to upload all the required documents for the meeting. I will leave a link below which states all the required documents for the application process. Please go through the link and you can have a list of all the documents that you can prepare for. At the meeting, if all eligibility criteria are met, you will officially be offered childcare fee subsidy. The usual SLA for the entire process can be anywhere between 2 to 8 months depending on the load of waitlist. Yes, that's how long it is. There is a huge waitlist for the subsidy and that's why it is recommended you apply for it as soon as possible. Once you are offered the subsidy, your daycare should also receive a notification and then the fee can be recalculated based on how much subsidy you have been offered. It can either be full or partial subsidy. If there is any change in family status like job change, income change, you should immediately inform the caseworker so that your eligibility is re-evaluated. I have enrolled my child into daycare and my personal experience is that the curriculum has tremendously helped my child in his overall development. This facility is definitely a boon for working parents. My child is happy, well fed and comes back home every day with new learnings, which makes our evening much more exciting and interactive. My child has become very independent and has an exponential development in his social and vocab skills just in a matter of few months of attending the daycare. So parents, please let me know in the comment section if you have any other questions or if you feel I have not covered any information. I will be happy to help. Please like the video and do subscribe my channel if you have not yet and hit the like button so that you don't miss out on such information. Happy daycare experience. Bye.